invite His Excellency Khalil
Abdul Mohsen to address the General Assembly.
Mr. President, recently the world was shocked by the murders of three men. Three men who had come together with the same vision of how to combat the immutable forces which seemed bent on dragging the world into Holocaust. One of these men was my predecessor and good friend, the Minister of State from Saudi Arabia, Mahdi al-Taleb. I would like to speak for him and in his memory. If those who caused his death did so in the belief that they were destroying the ideals, the principles for which he stood, they were wrong. His assassination has failed. Mahdi al-Taleb worked toward an Arab world united, where none should thirst, where none should go naked, where none should starve. He worked toward a world where each of our brothers might rise up each day, though his home be the desert, and clothe himself in dignity. This he worked for and fought for. He believed that the cohering principle of human existence was peace. And so he was murdered. His murderers, as we all know, sit among us here. I address you now. You have failed. You have destroyed flesh, only that. That is your triumph and your dilemma. But how do you kill a dream? The dreamer, yes. The dream, never. The dream survives. The Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC, was established when we had no other way to convince the world to take us seriously, and to combat the oil cartel which has raped the Middle East for half a century. We were forced to speak with a corporate voice and present a unified front. This voice is now confused. It speaks in dark places, arranges arms deals, political, economic blackmails, terrorist raids, chooses sides, draws lines, and we lurch towards Holocaust. My country cries enough. My country calls for a new global, social, political contract. And if that means abandoning OPEC, we are prepared to do so. We will enter into partnership with any country for the research and development of new sources of energy. I call for a direct dialogue with Israel, so we can create a Palestinian state with men of goodwill at a conference table, and not from the debris of exploded villages and human life. Saudi Arabia will no longer contribute to the hostility between Arab and Israeli.
Somebody better throw a net over.
Give him a month.